Welcome back to another episode of CFB Enthusiasts, y'all. And wow, what a game we just watched.
Wow.
Georgia and Georgia Tech going 8 overtimes. Georgia obviously coming out on top 44-42 in a game that seemed like we would never end. I didn't think we'd be able to have a chance to get on here, but here we are now. Georgia obviously punched their ticket to the SEC title game last week with a win. But that would have been a playoff elimination game if they were to have lost this game to Georgia Tech. So luckily for them, they did find a way to pull it out. And man, that could have easily flipped the other way. How do y'all feel about the game? Quick takeaways, man. That was insane.
I think I think it's the same thing that happened in the Bama game. Georgia comes out flat. Like they come out flat. Like obviously Bama was better than Georgia Tech. Like Bama was able to stay ahead. But I'll tell you, if Georgia does that in the playoffs, I mean, it's over. You can't come out flat in the playoffs.
Yep.
But one thing that I did like about it, and I kept talking about it, was Kirby calling the timeouts every overtime. Like, that's smart. You only get one. You can't take it
Yeah.
with you. Because now that you've seen it, you call a timeout, so the OC's got to go to another play. So you're burning all his plays. You're burning two plays in one overtime.
Yep. I was
I
surprised
really like
Grant
that.
Key didn't use he didn't use any of his.
He didn't use any. Like he took them all home.
I thought he would have took that last one there, but he said fuck it.
Yeah.
Hayden
Boo.
King is a dog, man.
Yeah, he's cold.
He's
He's a warrior. Like he's a warrior. He's a ball player.
They're gonna be at the top of my bull picks.
for
My
sure.
confidence.
Bro, his jersey was all greened up, and
24
if you saw his helmet,
runs.
there was like a piece of like
Yeah.
Georgia Tech logo missing. I'm like, bro,
Yeah. Yeah, he's nice. It was a good game. I think it shows that Georgia Tech's offense is legit. That OC is. He just put up 40 points against Georgia. They lost, but
I didn't know he came from Georgia
yeah, he was at Georgia for
for 10 years.
yeah, offensive quality assistant coach and pass game coordinator.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the end,
I do
you
think
said
that in the beginning of the season, granted Florida State's terrible now, but I think at the beginning of the season we all said that yeah, Georgia Tech's pretty good because they have an identity and
yeah,
they stick to it. That's like they are ingrained and like they're gonna run the football, they're gonna be physical as hell, and they're gonna feed off of their quarterback. And that's what they've done for the most part of this season. And I mean, they let this one slip, but that was Georgia Tech for you on display. Full
yeah,
menu. Like that's who they are.
And I
Not gonna be like a super high ceiling team, but I think they can
Mhm.
get to the point where their floor is pretty high as well. Like they might be a
consistently
7, 8,
eight
9 win
four.
team every year in the ACC from
Yeah,
here on out.
yeah, I agree. I would say consistently around 8. They could pop off for like 10 wins, like
Yeah,
ACC title game. But yeah, I think they're going to be a good program for a while.
for
I
sure.
think it really is going to depend. Because the same team, he graduates, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see what. Because I feel like.
He
Well,
could
I
still
don't know.
come back. He's a
Yeah,
junior.
he can come back for one
Okay, that's what I
more
thought. I mean, yeah, so there'll be then there'll be a horse next year. Because I really think if he didn't get banged up in the middle of the year and hurt, I mean, they had 7-5. I think if he stays healthy during the season, I think they could have won 9 games.
So you think they're a sleeper for next year's ACC?
I do.
Betting people lock that in.
Yeah, but how the ACC looks, it's gonna take a while for Florida State to come back. Yeah, they're gonna have
Bro, they're gonna be bad. They have the 55th ranked recruiting class right now.
bad,
Like
bro.
they keep getting worse. Mike Norvell is on the hot seat, I think, going into next year, if
And I
not this year.
and I don't think that Miami has. I mean, you see how Cam Ward's been carrying them this year. Without him, they're not shit
Dang, bro.
at
I
all.
don't
Their
even.
booty.
Yeah, I don't even know who their QB is next year.
I mean, I think Clemson will stay a fourth in the SEC. Sorry, the ACC just to Dabo. I think SMU will stay a fourth in the ACC
Mm-hmm.
because they're a Texas school.
Yeah.
You can recruit Texas guys.
Not only that, both of those teams have their QBs for the next couple of years. Kate Kluber, I think, can come back, but after that, they have Christopher Viziana.
Yeah.
And then SMU, Kevin Jennings is only a redshirt, sophomore?
Yeah.
So
Stuff like that, yeah.
they're both set at QB.
They have good coaches.
Yeah, but if you're set at QB in the ACC, as we just saw with Miami, the defense just has to be good, solid. I don't know. Miami's defense is suspect, bro.
ACC or ASS? I can never decide what the conference is.
I want to hear y'all's takeaways on Georgia and how inconsistent they have been this year. It's kind of actually, it feels like a miracle that they're 10-2 in a weird way, but they were the winning team tonight. Carson Beck probably played his best game other than probably the Tennessee game. 5 touchdowns, no interception, 297 yards, using his legs to get first downs. What are we thinking about Georgia? How are we feeling about Georgia?
I think they're getting hot at the right time. Yeah, they've been inconsistent.
You think so? Because if the ball bounces another way in this game, are they still like hot?
Well, I want to if they go out and dominate or even just or win the SEC title game,
They will.
they have good momentum going into the playoffs. But I think if they play UT, which
They will.
we'll get to later, but I think UT beats Georgia in a rematch of the title game. But I think they have the experience all around. They've been there. The whole entire team's been there to the Natty and won it. So if any team can lock the fuck in and switch it up, I think it's them.
Yeah.
But I think they're vulnerable more than they've ever been.
I think they're
Pretty
vulnerable.
smart.
I think they're vulnerable because they don't take the ball away. And that's one thing that they've been really good at the last couple of years. They don't take the ball away this year like they have been.
It's crazy to say, but this might be the least amount of talented team they've had in the last 4 years.
It's a skill position.
Which is, don't get me wrong, they're still a super good team, but they've just been great for 3 years. I don't think they're at that level this year.
I think they'll be fine in the final game. I think they'll be fine in the play. I mean, it's hard to bet against Kirby in big games. I mean, you're not going to outcoach him, so you got to outplay them. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I don't know. SEC title game, I'll say this. If it's Texas, I don't know because you're giving Kirby a second shot. He already beat Texas. He can go back and look at what they did well against Texas and what they did bad against Texas. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
but so can Steve Sarkisian. He can pick apart the offense and perfect it.
I don't think you're going to outcoach or out-scheme Kirby. So I said you just got to make him plays. We'll see.
I think if anybody can on offense, it's Steve.
Fair. Steve's a genius. Steve's a smart guy. What do you think, Jimmy?
If we'll get the
Yeah, no, like just your thoughts on Georgia.
thoughts on Georgia. Super.
Yeah.
Okay. For me, okay, just to your point, Jacob, I did look up the takeaways. Georgia has 15 takeaways this year, which
How
is
many?
15.
That's it.
which is tied for 57th.
Yeah, that's bro. 15 a game. I mean, that's like 1 point, like two a game. That's on Georgia line. Like that's just
And what was it? 3 or 4 of them were in that Texas game alone. So,
yeah.
um, but for me with Georgia, I think they're not okay. The thing that sticks out like a sore thumb to me is that their receivers are unreliable. We saw that
Mm-hmm.
game super unreliable. Um, for as much as we want to talk about Georgia's defense or their running game in previous years, Lad McConkey, Brock Bowers, huge. Even going back
Bro,
further, A.D. Mitchell, George Pickens,
Yes.
huge, huge. And they don't have that guy at all this year. Along with that, I don't think they can. I don't think they run football as effectively as they normally do.
Yeah.
Uh, which is weird because their offensive line is pretty good. I know
what?
ETN
Yeah.
been missing time, and then when he's in there and he's effective, I mean like their run game looks solid, but uh, when he's not in there, it just looks kind of shaky. And Georgia's defense is good, and really talented, really fast. They have trouble with mobile quarterbacks,
Mm-hmm.
and they're susceptible in the run game as a whole.
Yeah.
I think UMass ran over 200 yards on them.
Yeah. UMass ran all over them. I'm
Ran,
curious how much. One thing that I think would help their offense and their run game, like you said, is you, you got to play Cash Jones more. I mean, Cash Jones is a star.
he's really good. I
I
like
mean,
him.
he's so good. I feel
He's
like
really good out the back.
his snaps every game, his snaps every game vary. Who called the game? That's a Torrin Palmer.
That's what I thought. I think Jesse Palmer said it right.
Yeah, he did.
He's he's the best route running back in the
Oh,
nation.
he talked about it, and then like literally 2 seconds later, Cash Jones caught that first down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. He
and then
gave him
caught
the
the
flat, and then he caught the wheel on the left on busted coverage.
He's nasty, bro.
Safety blitz. He was like, "Oh shit." Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
but
Georgia's.
they're very susceptible to the quarterback run and just the run
Yeah,
game in general.
yeah,
But they're obviously a team that hey, they probably have the highest ceiling of the playoff teams, and
yeah.
that can get you over. And if Carson Beck is not going to turn the football over,
If Carson Beck plays like the first overall pick preseason hype Carson Beck like he can, yeah,
I mean, yeah,
they can go. They're gonna go as far as he takes them.
I think I was telling Pat this last night. Obviously, Oregon is number one, but to be in the playoffs, man, like you once you get on those neutral fields, I mean, Georgia's gonna be hard to beat. I mean,
yeah,
like if Georgia and Oregon don't meet before the title game, I really think they'll meet in the title game. I really do. I really do. I really do. Oh, is that a Halo?
No, it's a O for
Halo done.
Skull.
Oregon and Texas are in the title
Oh, what? I'm sorry, Jimmy.
game.
hey, we gonna need to have like a watch party for that if that happens.
I'd be down.
For real, I would walk in with my. I don't know what I would wear. Probably nothing.
Wait, what?
Oh man, that's gonna be the championship game's still on a Monday, right?
Yeah, it's like January 20th.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try to
There.
take that off or something
Yeah, me
if I
too.
could. But hey, Georgia's in the SEC title game. They're in the playoffs for sure. They're not going to be penalized for losing a title game. So Georgia is effectively in the playoffs at this point.
Yeah.
We're going to do predictions of this week's games first, and then we're going to wrap it up with. I want to talk about Coach Gundy a little bit, maybe some other coaches. I want to hear y'all thoughts on Mike Gundy and Oklahoma State's situation. But we have 4 games that we're gonna pick from. The first one is a monumental game, actually. South Carolina, number 15, going on the road to Clemson. Rivalry game. Many people's eyes, it potentially play-in game for the playoffs. I know Clemson has a way better shot at that. I think Clemson wins, and if Clemson wins, they will be in. But man, this is going to be a good game. This is going to be a really good one. I think this is going to come down to Clemson. I think this is going to come down to Clemson's offensive line. If
Yeah.
they can neutralize South Carolina, who I think it is third in the country in sacks or something like that, and they get like a whole bunch of pressures as well. I think if they can neutralize that defensive line, that'll allow Klubnik to not make really poor decisions because he's very susceptible to that. Um, but for the most part this year, remember last year, Klubnik turned the ball over every single game, pretty much. At
Yeah,
least
but
one
he's
time.
bad.
Like, it's funny. There's this dude I watch on YouTube. His name is Uncle Lou, and he does a lot of trash talking videos for college football, and he has like a little man cave, right? And on his wall, all he has is every team's helmet.
Yeah.
So you see Texas helmet or Georgia helmet, everyone's helmet in alphabetical order, and the fans will request in. You know, some fans are Clemson fans, some fans are Texas fans from all over, and they'll comment. They'll be like, hey, turn our helmet upside down until we have a game with 0 turnovers. They said that in the middle. A Clemson fan commented that in the middle of last season or something like that. And
Yeah.
the helmet was upside down the whole season because they turned every single game. So I think Klubnik's been a different quarterback this year. They
Yeah.
protect him a lot more. He's a lot more heady of a player now than back then. But man, this is gonna be a dog fight. It's gonna come down to the same thing on the other end. If Lenore Sellers can avoid the dumb mistake, because
Yeah.
he's susceptible to that too. But this is a toss up for me, man. You know what? Just because I want as much chaos as possible, give me South Carolina winning this
Yes,
game
sir.
7.
Yes, sir. I
I
agree.
want chaos.
I agree.
I
I think South Carolina as well. I just think their defense is too good.
I think Clemson will win. I do. I think they'll cover the 2.5 as well. Here's my thing on South Carolina. Even if they win, I do not think they're in. No, listen, I'm the biggest SEC fan you're ever gonna meet, right? I really don't care what conference you play in. 3 losses is 3 losses. You have 3 losses, you're out. Like, I think that's unless your third loss comes in the conference title game. But if you lose 3 regular season games, I think you're out. Another thing too with
So, do you
So
think that
Bama has no shot.
they would be the team that wouldn't get in because of the Big 12 champ? 1 through 11 gets in. South Carolina at 12 is misses because of the Big 12 champ is in.
possibly here's
Well,
here's
Jacob,
the thing on this. If let's say they win, right? If a 3-loss South Carolina gets in, you know who doesn't get in? And people will lose their mind over Indiana won't get in. They won't. Just because you're sitting at that 10 spot.
But
South
Indiana
Carolina,
would get in.
why would somebody would have to fall out? You understand that, right?
Right. That's why South Carolina would jump to 12 if they beat Clemson this week. So I'm saying they would miss the playoffs because the Big 12 champion gets in.
Yeah, South Carolina has 3 losses. They're making the playoffs. I think they should miss the playoffs. I mean, I think they're going to lose. I think I agree with Jimmy. It's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be close. I think Clemson wins something like 28-24 or 27-23, something like that. But I think Clemson wins.
And they get in the playoffs. Or they go to the ACC title game versus SMU.
They can't make this. Clemson can only make the ACC title game if Syracuse beats Miami. If Miami and SMU win, SMU and Miami control their own. Clemson's on the outside looking in. So even if Clemson wins, they also have 3 losses. So
No, they don't. They have two. They're 9-2.
Oh, they are 9-2.
Yeah,
The
Clemson.
Clemson win. Yeah.
But
Shoot.
they would still be left out because I
Yeah,
think
I
okay,
think
so
they would.
If Miami and SMU are both 11-1 in the conference championship game, and one of them loses, the loser is still in over
I think the
Clemson.
loser's out. I don't think Clemson
And
gets in
who
either.
gets in? Clemson?
Well, because, like, realistically, I'm looking at the standings. Oregon beats Ohio State. They're 1-2. They're both in. That's 2 teams. Texas and Georgia are both in. That's 4 teams. Notre Dame is in. That's 5 teams. Tennessee is in. That's 6 teams. Miami, SMU, winner of that is in. That's 7 teams, right? So at this point in time,
Penn State.
Indy,
State.
what's up?
Penn State.
Penn State's also in.
That's 8.
That's 8
Boise State.
That's 18. Boise State or UNLV, Mountain West champion, is in. That's 9 teams, right?
Indiana.
Indiana's 10 teams. Big 12 champ is 11 teams. The 12 team would really come down to Clemson, SMU.
But that's what I'm
One of
saying.
those.
But no way jumps SMU, right? If
Yeah, no. SMU would still have to be
You're right.
over Clemson.
You're right.
So yeah.
Here's where it gets crazy, though. Hear me out. Let's say we just went through that scenario, right? Let's say SMU loses and they have 2 losses. Let's say South Carolina beats Clemson and they're 9-3 with 3 or 4 top 20 wins. Do they jump SMU?
Well,
I still think no.
SMU loses.
Let's say SMU loses and South Carolina beats Clemson. Does South Carolina jump SMU? I still think no. But I could see it just because of the strength of schedule. Who they played and who they beat. Like, I really could.
SMU's strength of schedule is pretty bad.
It is. No, I mean, the ACC and the Big, like, the other 3 power conferences, their strength of schedules are bad. Just because the Big Ten, you have Penn State, Ohio State, Oregon after that, it sucks. Sorry, Indiana. ACC, you have Clemson, SMU, Miami. After that, it's kind of booty. The Big 12, we know what the Big 12 is. It's just a giant mash of garbage. No, the Big 12 is
Not ASU with Kenny Dillingham.
But I'm sorry, dude. I would love to see ASU get in, but they would get dog walked in the playoffs. The Big 12 chance of getting in, but they're going to get, and it's crazy because they're probably going to host a game. They're going to host a playoff game. They would be the 5 seed.
Ohio State.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they would host Ohio. They would probably go to Ohio State, actually, and they would probably lose by 26 points.
So, think about this, though. ASU wins the Big 12. Let's say Oregon beats Ohio State. They win the Big 10. UT wins the SEC. All 3 of and SMU wins the ACC.
Yeah.
All 4 of those champions were not in their conference last year.
That is very possible to happen, yeah.
That would be crazy.
You know what's going to be like? You know what I'm curious about? The one question mark that I have. Notre Dame, here. I'll save this for after the pick'ems.
Notre Dame.
Just remind me after the pick'ems about Notre Dame.
Wait, what about Notre Dame?
Yeah, here. I'll say it real quick. To me, they're the biggest wild card because if they lose tomorrow to USC, they're done. They're out.
They're out, yeah.
They're out. 2 lost Notre Dame is out. Because you have 2 bad. Not only do you have 2 bad losses, but you can't win a conference.
Yep.
So then South Carolina gets in when they beat Clemson.
No. I don't think. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I think Notre Dame beats
Hold on. Listen to this. Even if South Carolina, if they were to beat Clemson and some chaos were to happen and like SMU or Notre Dame would fall out, does South Carolina jump Alabama?
Yes.
With head-to-head? Honestly,
did they play head-to-head?
They did play. South Carolina beat them.
Beat them by 2.
Yeah, I would take South Carolina again to beat them.
I don't know. I don't know. I really think the committee's shown us this year that they really don't give a shit about head to head. I mean, those are the biggest, like, I don't know. I mean, what, if they cared about head to head, why wouldn't South Carolina be ahead of them right now? I
Because of
don't
the
know.
bias. It's Alabama.
I didn't even think about that. Honestly, no. I think the committee would do everything in the possible world that they can. If Notre Dame loses, I think the committee would do everything in their power to put Alabama in the playoffs. I really do.
That would be crazy. If South Carolina beats Clemson, if Clemson loses to South Carolina and Notre Dame loses, Bama and South Carolina are both in.
I will say this. This is kind of an unpopular opinion with the playoffs that I feel like people may not agree with. Boise's 11. They win their conference. They're in. If the group of five champ, uh, because, I'll say, oh fuck, I'll say top 15. If the group, I really think if the group of five champ is not top 15, like the highest group of five champ is not top 15, they shouldn't be in the playoffs. But at the same time, why not? I mean, why not reward the best group of five team anyway? You never know what'll happen.
They're not guaranteed to ever get in.
The group of five, yes, they are. It's the five highest conference champions. One group of five is always guaranteed to get in.
Oh, really?
Yes.
From any group of five conference.
And
Yeah,
like realistically, like Rice could make the playoffs in 3 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
But they have to be ranked. So
No, they don't. I mean, yes. If they win the conference, they'll be ranked. I mean, they're not going to.
Yeah, of course.
Unless
So yeah,
it's like,
that just adds a little spice to it, you know.
unless it's like my NCAA season where Mississippi State is 6-5 and they're second in the SEC.
What the hell?
Yeah, they're,
What the fuck?
they're 5-1 in conference play.
Oh, all right. Next game, big implications as well. Another rivalry game. Number 8 Tennessee goes to Vanderbilt. Who y'all got?
Tennessee. I know it's in Vanderbilt. I know it is, but
You know, I think they're dangerous.
I think not only does Tennessee win, where are they at? I think they cover the 11 points as well. Nah, I do. I listen. I saw Vandy last week with my own eyes for a full 60 minutes against LSU. Tennessee takes Diego Pava out back and takes him for a walk.
Nah. Boo.
Nothing against Diego, just that front seven is going to get after him.
Nah. Vandy will win with the upset. They storm the field.
I don't know. It is kind of Vandy's season, man. If Vandy wins, they're in the playoffs. Say, all right.
Yes. I'd put him in.
No, I think Tennessee wins, and I think they cover the 11-point spread.
I take Vandy.
All right. What do you think, Jimmy?
I got Tennessee. I think this one is going to be a nasty one. Like maybe like a 24-14 or something like that. I want to see the potential that Tennessee's offense has.
I was just thinking that, yeah.
But I don't think we're going to get that this season. That's my thing when it comes to Tennessee. They're going to get into the playoffs, and I think it really sucks because they do have a really, really good defense that is actually, that's actually light years ahead of our offense. Remember back in week, I can't even remember at this point. I think it was week 6 after the Florida game. We were talking about Tennessee, and I was on the record saying that it's crazy that this Josh Heupel team, their defense is
I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
And it was really weird because obviously he's an offensive-minded guy, and their whole scheme has been really working well over the past couple of years. And I think Nico wasn't ready to be put on the pedestal that people were putting him on in the offseason.
Yeah.
Put a lot of pressure on him, and he hasn't really performed too well. But I do think their defense is good enough to win this game. Um, Probably not cover. They'll win the game, but Tennessee, when it comes to the playoffs, most matchups, I think I'd be picking against them. I think their best bet is to face Indiana or something like that
Oh, they would stop them.
if they
Yeah.
want to move forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree as well.
Next game, game number 3, we have number 6 Miami going to Syracuse in a game that I think we all um, think is going to be a shootout. The over under is 67.5. It's
Uh,
over under.
that'll be the. That's crazy. Hit the over. People betting that listen to this smash the over.
Yeah, I'm smashing over too.
Yeah.
Because I think Syracuse leads the country in passing attempts. They throw the ball like
Listen,
crazy.
with Kyle McMid,
Kyle,
I think Miami. I think Miami beats them. I really do. 11-point spread as well.
I don't
I
think they
don't
cover.
know. I don't. You know what, man? There's a lot on the line in this game. I mean, Miami's playing for the playoffs, for an ACC title berth. Like they know if like SMU's locked, but they know Miami. Like they know like we have to win to get to the title game. There is nobody else better in the country at losing these games than Mario Cristobal. You know what? I'll take Syracuse. I'll take Syracuse. Give me that chance. I'll take Syracuse. I'll take
Love it.
Syracuse. Mario does not win these kind of games, man.
Hey, you said it perfectly. You said it perfectly. He does not win these type of games.
No, he doesn't. He does his best job to do something stupid that loses them the game. Sorry, Tom.
Hey, him and Miami go hand in hand. They go perfect together because even before Mario Cristobal got there, Miami was doing the same thing when they would get a set.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all remember.
Oh,
Miami was in 2017. They were 11-0
yeah,
Yeah.
Mark Richt.
the country, and I think it was Black Friday. They went to Pitt and lost,
I remember that.
and they were 11-1, lost the ACC title game, 11-2, and then lost the bowl game 11-3. So they went from 11-0 to 11-3 from the last 3 games.
Right.
So I think it's very possible for Miami to lose this game.
Yeah, you know what? Give me Syracuse. Hell yeah. I'll take it.
Damn, I'm low key wanted to lean that way too. Man, I think Cam Ward and Restrepo are too good.
Yeah.
They're too good, and Kyle McCord is a turnover waiting to happen. He's a really good player, but I think he's a mistake waiting to happen when it comes down to it. Um, I think Miami wins. I think they hit the over both teams, and I think Cam Ward gets it done. Give me Miami to win like 45-38. I don't know.
Here we go. Pat, do you make your prediction?
No.
What do you think?
I don't like orange juice that much, but I'm gonna take the Cuse.
Hey,
Hey,
fighting Jim Boeheim. Oh no, that's the wrong sport. And he's retired.
With the upset. Yeah. I was thinking the upset the whole time. I just like,
Big Fran Brown guy.
yeah.
they have a really
No.
Syracuse has a really good offense though. Really good.
They
Yeah, they
do.
do.
Kyle McCord has the experience too. I know he's a turnover waiting to happen, but
Yeah, he's
He has-
experienced. That's
he
true.
does have the experience.
He has experienced a lot of ass. You're right. I guess take that in any way you want it. It could be good or bad.
Yeah. It's whatever. I know you're as big as hater.
Big game. Biggest game of the week.
That's
Yo.
facts. Cal SMU.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Oregon beats Washington.
man.
Oregon over Washington. Saying no.
Texas versus Texas A&M.
Number 3, Texas. Y'all fuck with the sweater, by the way?
Hey, I
I
do. I
love
like
it,
that.
bro.
That's sick. I always like vintage sweaters like that.
Oh, you see the '05 right there?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
Man, number three Texas goes on the road to A&M in a rivalry renewed. The Lone Star Showdown is back. It's crazy that there has been a whole generation that hasn't even grew up watching this
for
game.
real.
And
Yeah.
you know, it was one of those games where you'd watch it on Thanksgiving every single year, and then obviously
Every year.
um, I'm glad that we have a good taste in our mouths, though. The over the past, what is it, 12, 13 years, winning the last matchup in the
Yeah,
icon.
12. Yeah, yeah, 12. Yeah,
Shout out to
Jeez.
Justin Tucker, even though he is washed nowadays. Sucks to see, but
yeah. Justin Tucker catching strays on me.
bro, I don't know what's wrong with him this year,
I agree.
but this is gonna be an insane environment.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Insane.
loud.
It's gonna be sold out. It's gonna be loud. It's gonna
There's,
be physical.
they
Very,
said they're expecting over 100. They're expecting between 110 to 115,000 people.
it's gonna break some type of record.
Yeah, I mean,
It's at Kyle Field.
it's at Kyle Field, and they're expecting it seats about 106. They're expecting anywhere between like 5 to 10,000 people in standing room only.
Yo, should we go?
No, I'm not paying $2,000 for a ticket.
I think it's an expensive ticket this season, if I'm not mistaken.
It's, I believe it said it's the most. I want to say they said it was the most expensive ticket, and excluding Super Bowls in the last like however many, like 7, 8 years or whatever. I don't remember what it was.
Damn.
I mean, I believe it. I mean, it's two passionate fan bases. They're both ranked. The SEC championship is on the line. Like, but with that being said, I guess I'll kick it off. I feel like Texas's defense is just too fast and physical. A&M's offense, since Le'Veon Moss went out, has taken a hit. And the other thing with Marcel Reed is he's not a great thrower. So if he's at quarterback, if I'm the DC, I'm gonna make him beat me with his arm. And I don't know that he can. I think Quinn's ankle's a question mark, but even if his ankle is bad, I mean, Arch is just as good of an option at quarterback. I, I think as long as Texas doesn't fumble the ball, they'll be good in good hands. I think they got to start off quick. They got to start off what what
No nothing, Jimmy.
they got to start off fast to kind of get that crowd under control. Because if A&M comes out and goes 3-and-out and scores, or gets a couple of stops early, that place is going to be rocking. But I think I like Sark. I like Texas's defense. I think I'm going to have to do it.
Throw it up.
I'm going to have to go with the horns. Hook
Yeah.
'em. Hook 'em. That hurt. But tell you what, man, I'm not the biggest Texas fan, but it doesn't matter. Oh, I can't say it on the podcast,
He,
but there's nobody I hate more than Texas A&M Aggies, man. It just there really isn't. We heard it when we were playing when LSU played A&M. I gave my whole spiel, and then they decided to take us out back and spank us. It's okay.
Not today. That's what Jimmy's about to say.
Pat,
I take the Longhorns.
Welcome.
Hook 'em.
what makes you say?
Yeah. Defense. Filthy. They're too fast. Top to bottom. I'm going to say the second best secondary in the nation. Uh, their defense is incredible. And
Kenny Collins been playing well.
what? And y'all know how big of a fan of Sark I am.
Fact.
So his offense is obviously always insane. And they have the upper hand at QB, regardless of who it is. From talent to experience.
Yeah.
I take UT.
Welcome.
I think UT wins by at least 10.
What's the spread on this?
And I think UT wins 35-21.
God, there's nothing I would love more than to see that place just
Yeah,
get inside.
35-21. That's because A&M scored a late touchdown to make it 21. 35-14 for the majority of the fourth.
No, what?
Like, or
I love it. I love it.
that's a score that A&M scores late
I
to
love
make
it.
it look better. But
Give the Aggies
yeah,
4 losses and knock them out of the top 25.
UT scores at least 35 and doesn't give up more than 3 touchdowns.
I don't think we're giving touchdowns for sure.
Yeah, I'm saying
I
yeah.
would love nothing more than to beat Texas A&M by multiple scores. I would love
No.
not even just
Oh, y'all
just a
know.
matter of Texas hasn't beat anybody. Well, let me go on my little tangent for real quick.
Oh, I'm listening. I'm ready.
Okay. So the same teams that Texas is whooping up on, these other teams who are playoff contenders as well are losing.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't Arkansas lose? I mean, didn't Tennessee lose to Arkansas?
Yep.
Didn't Alabama lost to Oklahoma? Didn't Alabama lose to Vanderbilt? Didn't Ole Miss lose to Florida? I'm
Yes, to all the above.
I'm just saying. Didn't Indiana only beat Michigan by 5? Okay. Okay. I mean, we to some degree have to get some type of credit. It can't be the SEC's down and on the flip side it's like okay Texas hasn't played anybody.
Yeah.
Because people are saying the whole SEC's down, so you're pretty much saying it doesn't matter who we're gonna play. If we beat them, okay, we haven't played anybody. But if we lose to them, it's like okay, we suck because we lost to them. You can't ever win in that situation. So my thing is, I think we are a legitimately good team. That Georgia game, I'm
100%.
gonna keep my foot down on it. That was an anomaly. That was an anomaly. That was a crazy surge of energy that Georgia had that we pretty much haven't seen since or before, for that matter. Besides second half of Bama, but talking about this game in particular, obviously Quinn he's probably gonna drop to questionable for the game. I think he's gonna give it a go. He might be a little bit gimpy. I want Sarr to not even hesitate to go to Arch if Quinn doesn't look right or like I'm not even saying if Quinn's playing bad. I'm saying if he doesn't even look like right.
Yeah.
I don't even want to. We can't
Risk
fuck
it.
around in this game, like you said, Jacob. We cannot
Yeah.
start off slow in this game at all. And it is one thing if we're starting off slow, but our defense is holding and it's kind of like a stalemate. That's one thing. I give you that. But it's another thing when it's like the Georgia game where we're down 23-0, just like that. Now that goes to turnovers. Now, if we don't turn the ball over, I think there's hell to pay for A&M because our defense matches up. I think our defense matches up perfectly with their offense.
100%.
And I mind you that Anthony Hill was snubbed off of the semifinalist award list for the Butkus Award.
Yeah.
That's
That was
linebacker.
crazy.
He wasn't even the candidate. So he's
That
going
was crazy.
to be off. He's going to be pissed off. All right. And guess who he's playing? The team he decommitted from
Yes, sir.
to join Texas. Guess who he's going to be spying?
Oh, Marcel Reed.
Okay, now take me back memory lane real quick. Didn't Anthony Hill as a true freshman have 2 sacks against Alabama, vaunted Alabama, and Tuscaloosa last year?
He did.
You sure
He
did.
did. Yes,
So
sir.
I think this is a Anthony Hill game. Me personally, I think this is a game for us to put on to display how great our defense is. Now, when people think Texas, I still think they have that notion of okay, we're just this offensive team. We haven't been that great on offense this year. We've been led by our defense. Another reason why we're a really good fit for A&M's offense is that we have our NASCAR package, which is our fast guys pretty much in our front seven. So it's Anthony
Yeah.
Hill, it's Colin Simmons we put in there, Trey Moore from UTSA, and then Barron
Yeah.
Sewell. That's our NASCAR package. Those guys aren't that big, but they're going to rush like, and they're going to get after you. So, and then we also blitz Jade Barron and Michael Taff and all these
You
guys
think
off.
Trey Moore? You think Trey Moore will finally show up?
Well, the thing is, I think it took a while for him to
Yeah.
get adjusted. Obviously, playing group of five ball to SEC
Honestly,
ball,
that's fair. Yeah, that's a
that
big jump.
adjustment, and I
Yeah.
think it took him a while because I didn't hear his name at all the first half of the season.
Yeah.
Over the past couple, games this season, I have seen him a lot more making an impact.
I
Uh,
agree.
he's definitely has made an impact recently in the last couple games. He had a sack and a half last week. He had a sack 2 weeks ago against Arkansas.
Oh, there we
Uh,
go.
he's kind of picking it up. Those were his first sacks of the season,
Yeah.
so he's kind of picking it up a little bit. But I think as long as we don't turn the ball over and give them short fields, I mean you haven't seen our defense give up shit this year
Yeah. Really nice.
because we had a scoop and there was a scoop and score last week. Kentucky ran in. Other than that, we would have held them to 7 points. Um, Arkansas
Georgia got
on us. Georgia,
Georgia got lucky
I think Georgia
twice.
had one possession that they scored on that wasn't a capitalization off of our turnover.
Yeah, so their first two touchdowns they got inside the 30 because of turnovers.
Pretty much right off of turnovers, right?
Yep.
So
Early.
if we don't turn the ball over, our defense will not give up shit. I promise
Yeah.
you. Because
Yeah.
even in the
Facts.
Vandy game, 2 turnovers. It was 2 fluky ass interceptions too. That's why Quinn played really well in that game. It was 2 fluky ass interceptions, and then Vandy scored off of both of those. That made that game super close. So if we
Yeah.
don't turn the ball over, we'll be fine. Um, I think A&M should not score more than 17 on us. I mean, really honest. Give me Texas to win this game. It's gonna be a real physical, nasty game. Um, they're gonna present a lot of challenges on the defensive end themselves. They have a really good defense themselves, so
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here and say that we're just gonna run roughshod all over them. We've been struggling in the run game, like you mentioned, Jacob. The fumbles are getting out of hand, literally,
Ah.
and you know, we're just gonna not beat ourselves. But I think we can do that on the road in A&M, hostile environment. And it's funny because A&M fans, their reasoning for them beating Texas is all like non-football reasons. It's all about like the crowd and this and that. And
Oh, that's the Aggies for you.
yeah, I'm figuring that out now. So, man, give me Texas
That's
to
the
win.
Aggies.
Uh, give me Texas to win 27-17.
Bang.
Heck yeah, Texas is gonna win 6-0. You imagine?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm just
Yes, sir.
Oh man, those were the games we picked. I do want to talk a little bit about Mike Gundy and Oklahoma State because we did have a conversation about this earlier in our group chat, and we will have a further discussion on coaches that might be on the hot seat or might be fired later on. I think that's a really good segment to have later down.
Yeah, I agree.
But specifically with Mike Gundy, Oklahoma State loses to Colorado 52-0 today. Not even competitive. They finish 3-9 overall, 0-9 in 0-9 in Big 12 conference play. And with how crazy the Big 12 is, you have to at least stumble into a win or two because there's a
Yeah,
lot of
man.
scenarios where teams were just giving up games, like they were wanting to lose, and they couldn't even stumble across that. Um, this is not the first time that Gundy has had a really tailspin at the end of a season. I think the 2022 season they started what was it like 6-0. In 2022, there were one, two, three, four, five. In 2022, Oklahoma State was 6-1 and in the top 10,
I
and then
remember that. Yeah.
5 of their last 6. 2023 they had a pretty good year. They went what 10-4, pretty good year.
Last year.
Yeah, last year.
Yeah.
The thing with Oklahoma State to me, and I'll let y'all take off with this here. The thing with Oklahoma State and why it's so weird, it's so weird with them over the past couple of years, is that they are wildly inconsistent.
So inconsistent, bro.
Wildly inconsistent. Like I've never seen it before. Obviously, this year they started 3-0. The crazy part was they brought back everybody damn near on their team. They brought back
Yeah.
the offensive line plus Ollie Gordon. They gave back Alan Bowman. They brought back the receivers. They brought back an experienced defense. And this is what they put on the field.
It's Allen Bowen's ass.
Going back to 2023, they were 10-4, like I mentioned, right?
Yeah.
They lost to South Alabama 33-7 in that season. Granted, they made it to the Big 12 championship game, but it's like, really? Going back to 2022, like I mentioned, they were 6-1. They're in the top 10, and they finished 500. What do y'all think's going on at Oklahoma State?
Uh, I don't even know. They're just not good. They have a lack of talent. I know he's never had the best recruits. Like he's always been good at elevating talent, but he's always had consistent QBs. The last 4 years, it's been different QBs. I think that's why they've been bad. I don't know who their QB's gonna be next year.
I mean, hell, they had Spencer Sanders, and he fell off a cliff.
Right, but they were good for 3 years with him. Before that, they had Mason Rudolph for a couple of years. They were they hit probably the highest they've ever been. Brandon Whedon for a couple of years.
That's the highest it's ever been, but yeah.
Zach Robinson for a couple of years.
Falcons OC now.
Like he has these spurts. I just don't know if they can keep up with it.
So this is my question for Oklahoma State fans per se. Are you ever going to win a national championship? No, you're not. Let's just be real. You're never going to win a natty. It's not going to happen, right? Who are you going to go hire? Because you're not going to go get a Power 4 coordinator, that's for sure. So you're going to have to dip down to hopefully try to pull a group of 5 head coach away. And at that point, okay, let's hope they can elevate talent. Let's hope they can coach, right? Is anybody that you're going to hire care more about the university than Mike Gundy? No, they're not. I mean, believe me, Mike Gundy wants to win for that school more than anything. So do I think they should fire him? I really don't. I mean, I don't because you're not going to go steal like you're not. Like let's be honest, you're not going to go steal some top 25 coordinator because I mean, if I were them, I wouldn't leave for Oklahoma State. So I mean, a group of 5 head coaches is not going to be better than Gundy. So. Now, if I don't know, I mean, I wouldn't. If I was the AD, I wouldn't fire him. I would give him a little more longer. I feel like he's been loyalty's big in this sport, right? Like he's turned down Tennessee twice. He turned down other offers twice to stay at OK State. So now when shit gets hard, you're going to throw him out. I mean, he had the chance to leave for better jobs, and he chose to stay. So I, I think they shouldn't fire him. I really don't. That's just my take on it.
Do you think he leaves for somewhere?
No, I don't. I mean, after this season, I don't know that he would. I mean, where would he leave for?
I
No
don't
top,
know.
no top 25 coach is getting fired.
Yeah, but bigger program where somebody could leave.
What head coach is leaving? Like, no, I'm serious. Like, I mean, there, unless they're leaving for the NFL, no head coach in the top, I'd say 35, 40 teams is getting fired. Like, it's just not happening.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, no, I have no idea. Just throwing it out my ass. I got a question.
What do you think, Jimmy?
If you can be 3-9 with him, I can be shit. I can be 3-9 without him, and have something to where it looks like there's a future being built. But my whole thing, it's like
Yeah.
there's no, to me, there's no light at the end of the tunnel.
They have like no high talent on the roster, young or
I mean,
coming out, I don't think.
that's never gonna be Oklahoma State's thing. I get that, but there's a lot of coaches who are consistently doing more with less now. Now Gundy used to be in that class, in that tier. He used to be at the top of that tier, but it's it's also fair to say that he's slowly but surely coming down off of that. And
Yeah.
I just think, you know what I mean? Is it worth keeping him if the ceiling is not even going to be that high anymore?
It's, yeah, I mean, the next question would be, do they want to pay his buyout? That's $26 million.
Now, the school at Oklahoma State, they probably won't pay that.
Yeah.
Probably not.
But here's my thing again too is like with this day and age with the portal and everything, like I mean he could go get like a quarterback and a couple of recruits and turn it around next year. I mean with that conference being so bad, I mean he could really who knows. That's what, like I feel like after one really bad year, I don't think they should move on. Now if he does really bad again, then you can have a discussion. But I don't know. That's tough. That's probably to me the biggest question mark.
They just like Jimmy said, they don't have I can think if they don't have like a future. It's like, oh damn, they got these guys there right now, or these
They
guys
had the
coming in,
experienced team in college football this year.
and that's not a good thing.
They had the what?
They had the most
Like,
experience coming back this year.
That's true.
and they went 3-9, which is, if you think about it, is not good because nobody that's going to be back
Yeah,
next year was developing this year.
say Alan Bowman sucks, and I agree, but
Bro, he's so bad.
Big 12 title game last year.
Ollie Gordon was
I'll say
cracked
this.
as
I
hell.
think if he
You,
Yeah,
if Gundy comes back, he's got to make a change at coordinators. Like something's got to change. Maybe he doesn't get fired, but he'll have to shake up the staff because something will have to change. Like if he doesn't get let go, he's got to fire people because something's got to change.
who are these guys? Casey Dunn.
he's been there for like
Oh,
10
the
years.
OC, yeah.
He's been there for like 5, 6 years, or he's been there
He's been the
for.
OC since 2020, but he's been at other spots. He's been there since like
So
2010 or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
Casey
2014. So
Dunn. This other guy, Brian Nard. Their defense was terrible this year, by the way. Terrible.
fucking ass, bro.
And they hired this guy from a what the fuck is this? A Division II school.
Okay.
So he was a DC last year at a Division II school. Now he's a
He was
DC State.
Oh, he
This
was
Mike
he
Gundy.
wasn't even like a Division II head coach.
no, he was a DC at a D2 school.
Oh,
He's never
Michael.
at like a lower level when they worked his way up. No,
But what's his last name? Gundy.
nah. Brian Nardo. I don't know,
I ain't never heard of him.
but yeah,
Reds, Oklahoma State.
I don't know. I think, bro, you couldn't win a conference, bro. You know what's so crazy? Back in week 4, Utah and Oklahoma State, whenever they played, that was a top 15 matchup.
Speaking of, did Utah end up winning tonight?
Ooh.
They were playing UCF. They won.
Of course they won, dog. UCF sucks.
Damn, that was my
Here's one thing
preseason
that I'll leave the
Big 12
people with
champ pick.
before we end. If you're a current athletic director at a current school and you currently make decisions for a school, you should not have a seat on the college football playoff. Simple as that.
Oh, I agree.
If you are an acting athletic coordinator at a current school, you should not have a seat on the CFP committee at all.
Is there?
Yes, like 7 of them are current athletic directors.
They just can't. They can't vote for their own school.
Yeah, doesn't mean you can't hype up your conference or boost up your conference in votes.
That's okay.
I don't know. And the other thing also, is shout out to Kirk Ferentz. He won a game today with 5 first downs.
Oh my god, bro! Stop.
They beat Wisconsin.
That offense makes me sick.
They won with 5 first downs today.
I don't know how this man does it.
I'm sorry, no, they beat Nebraska 13-10.
It's quite upsetting.
Yeah, see, 5 first downs. They had 49 passing yards, 115. I'm sorry, 49 rushing yards, 115 passing yards. Iowa had 164 total yards and 5 first downs, and they beat Nebraska. You want to talk about a guy that's on the fucking hot seat? It's Matt Rule, dog. Because I love Matt Rule, great coach, but he was supposed to be great at Nebraska. They have been nothing but ass.
How did we get on hating on Nebraska when I asked if Utah
Sorry.
won
I
their
don't know.
game?
Hey, Nebraska should have been a lot better this.
Exactly, they should have. Like,
They literally have Patrick Mahomes.
yeah, dude, no, that dude is crazy. Like, he's gonna look back in 20 years and be like, "What the hell was I doing?" Yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah,
This is
Iowa winning with 5 first downs and 164 total yards is crazy.
wow. 5 first downs.
0 of 10 on 3rd down.
What? This is typical Iowa.
Typical, bro.
Hey, bro, like, they had 164 total yards. They had no forced turnovers. They had no sacks. They punted 9 times, and they won.
Oh, fucking so stupid, bro. Shit makes me so mad.
Make that make sense. Even possible.
Kirk Ferentz, the legend.
It doesn't.
The
That's
legend
the
of
thing.
Kirk Ferentz, bro. Kirk Ferentz could go out there and win with a cornfield. He's just a good ball coach. Simple as that.
Okay, I'm not even gonna get started.
You don't
Wow.
have to. Iowa will finish the year 9-4 because they'll win the bowl game.
No, they won't.
The fact that Iowa's 8-4 is just
They do it every year somehow. They're
every year, man.
in the,
It's Kirk
in
Ferentz.
the 8 wins every year.
It's upsetting.
No, it's awesome. They do it with good coaching and defense. Really.
Oh man, bro! Imagine being an Iowa fan. Like you just know you're not gonna score more than 20.
And you're never gonna win an Natty, but you're never gonna have a losing season.
Hey, man,
Like
they were so close to a playoff game. They were so
Man.
close. And then Connor Cook beat him in the Big Ten title game and went on to score no points against Alabama.
I'm sorry. Did you just say Connor Cook?
Yeah.
No. We're talking about like 2012.
No. Connor
Yeah,
Cook was part of the
but
Connor Cook was part of the CFP. Connor Cook got shut out by Alabama, 31-0.
2015?
Yeah,
That was
that's why 15.
Okay. That's 9 years ago, bro. I'm not talking about Iowa's relevance from 9 years ago.
All right, let's talk about all the Music City Bowl wins. The
for
Music City Bowl.
for Iowa to
No.
be out of the for Iowa to even get left out of the playoffs, it took like a. I think Michigan State had a 19 play drive or something like that on the
Yeah.
last drive,
Yeah.
and LJ Scott ran it in.
And then they also had that.
LJ
And then Michigan
Scott.
State also had that pick where the Iowa tight end like bobbled it and got hit, and they picked it off of his back in
Yeah.
the end zone. Yeah. Poor Kirk fans.
Oh man.
Man,
He deserves
he,
that.
he refuses
Do
to
y'all, do
recruit
y'all
a
have any
quarterback.
trivia?
Oh shit! Wait,
Yo,
I do. Dang it! I had it the other day. I just had it earlier. I forgot what it was. Mother, bucket. Do you have
I
it? Do you have one?
I got one for y'all.
I have two.
Oh, bet Pat can use one of mine because I forgot mine.
Okay. Okay, I saw this today and I thought it was perfect. So, Wisconsin and Oklahoma State were
Mm.
two teams that had some of the longest streaks when it came to making a bowl game. Both of those teams were knocked out today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can y'all name the top? We'll do the top. Let me see. Mm, we'll do the top six. Can y'all name the top six
Yeah,
active?
Georgia and
Active.
Oklahoma are 1 and 2
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know that. We just talked about that in the car the other day.
because Wisconsin was 3.
Okay, so Georgia, Oklahoma.
Top six. Bama?
Yeah, that's three.
Honestly,
LSU?
LSU.
No,
No, I didn't think so.
they didn't make it in COVID, right? Their COVID year.
Uh,
Texas? No,
no.
no.
Michigan.
Nope.
Ohio State?
Ohio State.
Ohio State.
Yeah.
Oregon.
No. We lost. We won 4 games. Justin Herbert's
USC.
freshman.
I will say,
Oh, Iowa.
yeah, Iowa.
We just, yeah, Kirk Ferentz.
And
Never
there's
loses less than 6 games.
oh, so it's seven. My bad. It's 7 teams. So there's 2 teams left. They're tied. They're tied.
Oh, Notre Dame.
Mm-mm.
USC.
You already said them. Stop throwing teams out. Hold on. Think strategically.
Penn State.
Nope.
No.
Clemson.
What? Yeah.
Yeah. Duh.
Did,
Clemson. Yeah.
is that the first time y'all said Clemson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. There's one because y'all said Ohio State, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. There's one last team, and it's a group of 5 team.
Boise State.
Nope.
Oh, Louisiana Lafayette.
I feel like Boise should be on this list though.
I think they have pretty bad, like, with Andy Avalos.
Group of 5.
That was like 4
On
years
it.
ago. 3 years ago.
Group of 5, and the only team that I feel like has consistently been good in the group of 5, and it's gonna sound crazy, like at least 6 wins every year.
Appalachian
No,
State.
it's Ohio.
No. Okay,
Oh.
so I'll say this is it's not Boise, but they would have been in here, but they didn't play a bowl game during COVID, so technically they are on the list too.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna count Boise for the purposes of this question. There's still a group of 5 team out there that has a long streak.
Oh no. Ah. Is it Army? It's not Army. No.
Mm-mm. They're,
You know what? Real quick on Army. I'm curious if he gets. I'm curious if Jeff Monken gets hired somewhere. But that's for. We can save that for the week when we talk about the firing hire. Colorado State. Nevada.
I'm trying to find another hint. That
No. Let me see. Yeah, it's not Louisiana Lafayette, correct? Could pass that.
No.
Right? Yeah, I didn't think so. Group of five. I'm trying to think of who I consider Central Michigan. No.
They're a quiet group of five team because it's not like they're not like a regular group of five team that pops and then goes back down.
Right, they just say it like 6-6, 7-5.
Maybe actually
Oh,
they're
is it
maybe
Northern Illinois?
no. They're
Oh,
normally like an 8 to 9 win team every single year.
too
Fresno
late.
State.
That's a good one, but no. They're on
Damn.
that they're probably a little higher tier than Fresno. They probably should be in the Power Five. They probably
Tulane?
huh?
Tulane?
No, that's a good one though. You're
UNLV,
you said Tulane. You're scorching hot.
Tulsa,
Same conference.
North Texas,
The AAC.
North Texas, Tulane, Tulsa, Army, Navy. Who else?
Stop. Stop.
I'm just sort of spitting off. Oh, Louisiana Tech.
No.
No, they were ass, bro.
Bro, I'm just thinking of all AAC teams. Sam Houston State, same bro. They haven't even been in
No.
Division One that long. Shit.
Eastern, no, not Eastern
What
Carolina.
region of the country are they in?
uh,
Like SEC country, Big Ten country,
SEC country. SEC country.
SEC country. Georgia Southern? No. Shoot, man. FIU? No.
There's no way it's USF.
No.
Yeah, no. I have no idea.
Oh man, they okay. I'll give you the would
I
a
feel
team color.
stumped.
Think the team color would help.
Yeah. Give us a color. Give us
I'll
their
give you
secondary color.
huh
Their secondary color.
secondary color.
Yeah.
Secondary color is silver, but they do have one of the
Troy. It's Troy.
huh
Is it Troy?
no, but they
Oh.
do have one of the best helmets slash uniforms and designs out of any team.
Silver. SEC country, not Troy. Should we get the primary color, Pat? No, because that would give it away. Dang.
Uh,
Do they have anybody in the NFL?
Huh?
Do they have
I'm
anybody that
sure.
you know in the NFL?
They have quite a few really good players in the NFL. Not like great players, but pretty good players.
Yeah. Silver, SEC country, group of five.
I don't know,
Why
bro.
the
Can I
fuck am I?
just think?
I'm sorry. I think out loud. Oh man.
Uh,
Think of recent Washington Commanders running backs.
uh,
Recent what? Dude, I am blanking. SEC country, silver, best news. Why can I not think? Group of five.
I don't know, man. I feel dumb.
Their mascot is a tiger.
Motherfucker, it's Memphis. I should have known
Oh,
that. Gosh dang.
duh. That
Memphis.
makes sense. Yep. Yeah, they're cold.
Oh, Pat, what are yours?
I know the one that you couldn't think of because I told you to ask it on the podcast when you asked me.
Just say it, because I may not remember.
Before getting hired by Vanderbilt, where was James Franklin at?
Oh, yeah. No. Oh, yeah. I do remember
I did
this.
not know this. Jacob looked it up, and I was like, bro, what the hell?
Actually, I
Was
asked you this, Pat.
Yeah.
was he a coordinator?
He was an offensive
Yeah.
coordinator.
James Franklin was an OC. Damn, I thought he was a defensive guy.
I believe he was an
He was
OC.
an OC.
Yeah.
OC before Vanderbilt.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You're probably there's no way you know this because I had no fucking clue.
Is it a? Is
Um,
it not a major team?
It's a
it's a Power Five,
yeah.
Power Four now. They were prominent back then.
Mm,
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
Well, I need to see what years he was there.
I'll give you a hint.
I was gonna say his QB is now a coordinator,
What the hell?
or no?
I don't know.
Oh,
No, there's no way. 8 to 10.
oh, never mind.
I'll tell you this: their mascot moves really slow.
Their mascot's slow.
What?
Like in real life, like the real animal was really slow.
Um. Well, I was gonna say Maryland, but it can't be
Yeah, that's right.
Maryland.
Yeah,
Really?
I had no clue. He was there
I'm
for.
gonna be completely honest, man. I was thinking it was a whole different answer.
He was in Kansas State. He was there. So he was at Maryland from 8 to 10. He was at K State from 6 to 7, and then went to Maryland 8 to 10, and then went to Vandy.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah.
But this was my other question.
Yeah. See, I said I don't know this.
You might.
Well, then I'll guess it correctly.
We think of prominent USC quarterbacks that went to the NFL, right?
Oh boy.
How many games in college before getting drafted into the NFL did Matt Castle start at USC?
Matt Castle.
Yeah.
He didn't start any.
Good looks. He
Correct.
didn't. Yep.
He sat behind Carson Palmer
And
and
now.
Matt Leinart. Or
Oh,
not, sorry, vice versa, but
That's
yeah.
crazy though. Yeah.
and then he got drafted in the seventh
That's
round.
good. Oh, that's a really good question.
Tom Brady tore his ACL, went 10-6, and missed the playoffs.
Yeah, and then I mean he was in the league for like
Oh, Matt
13,
Castle was
14 years,
he was a very good backup quarterback.
which is crazy.
He reminded me of like prime Jimmy, just a dog.
There, Pete Carroll had a crazy streak. It went Matt Leinart, Carson Palmer, John David Booty, Mark Sanchez, and then whoever else after
Matt
that?
Barkley,
Matt Barkley.
Sam Darnold,
Whenever I think of Cody Kessler.
Cody
Yeah,
Kessler.
Cody Kessler.
He was cold.
Fuck them all, bro.
Kevin
Jack-
Hogan. No, he went to Sam.
Who'd you say?
Kevin
Jackson.
Hogan. Sorry.
Jimmy who?
Huh?
Who'd you say?
Jackson Dart.
Ole Miss is all-time leading passer.
Yeah. He passed Eli Manning today for most pass yards in Ole Miss history.
Who else was there? Nat Fink.
I have no idea who that is.
He started like one game. Oh, Keaton Slovis.
Oh, yeah. The
JT.
BYU legend. JT Barrett. JT Daniel, I'm sorry. Miller Moss. Caleb Williams.
Jim
Bruh.
Plunkett. No, he went to Stanford.
What the hell?
He went to Stanford. Disregard what I said. I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know about
anything.
you. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22.
Like NCAA 10.
Yeah.
Do what?
Anytime I think of Mark Sanchez, I just think about NCAA 10 because he was on the cover of it.
He was, wasn't he? Yeah,
Yeah,
he was nasty.
NCAA I had.
Good old Mark. He's a goofy man with the butt fumble.
Well, that's going to wrap it up, guys, for another great episode of CFB Enthusiasts. This was a really fun episode. I didn't get to say this in the beginning, but make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. We are going to keep pushing these out every single week, especially because the playoffs are ramping up here. Next couple weeks, we're going to have conference championship games next week. Though that's going to be a really fun episode.
Yes, sir.
So, we'll try to get that out to y'all a little bit sooner. But thank y'all for sticking with us nonetheless. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you, Pat and Jacob, for doing this with me. It's a lot of fun doing it with y'all.
Yes, sir.
For sure,
It's a
for sure.
blast.
And we got some big games this week. Rivalry week.
Yes, sir.
Going on the road to Texas A&M. South Carolina going on the road to Clemson. Tennessee going on the road to Vandy. Miami going on the road to Syracuse. That's just a small sample size of what we have in store for Saturday. Cheers to another great week of college football. But make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow the Instagram page, CFB Enthusiast. And we'll keep this pushing. But other than that, we are out. Peace.
Peace. Peace.